Hello, today we're talking about sentence adverbs. And this may be a topic that you find unusual, but sadly, it's one that upsets certain people. Now, I wanted to discuss it because we talk a lot about sentence adverbs. What do we mean when we talk about a sentence adverb? Well, basically, an adverb usually modifies a verb, as in here, he spoke frankly. That's the way in which he spoke, or admitted frankly, right? Now, a sentence adverb is one that usually appears at the beginning of a sentence. It is set off by a comma, and it refers to the whole sentence, as its name tells us. So, frankly, I couldn't care less what happens to him. Quite frankly, I'm not surprised you failed, right? So, the adverb refers to the entire sentence. By the way, the expression is I couldn't care less, though many speakers say I could care less, simply because they have dropped the note, right? Now, actually, once again, the way Birchfield shares the topic with us is interesting in itself, right, rather than the topic. So rather than the topic itself, what is interesting is what Birchfield has to tell us. And he speaks about an unofficial war against certain uses of adverbs ending in ly, which apparently broke out in the 1960s, right, in the late 1960s. Um, so there's many verbs that supposedly should only be used to modify the verb to set to work hopefully, that is to say, full of hope, rather than hopefully I'll meet you on Tuesday, right? And I like that he says the war, the unofficial war rumbles on, to rumble, to make this noise, right? Your stomach rumbles when you're hungry. Uh, now, I also like your stomach is rumbling, right? To make this low sound, low deep sound, right? He goes on to say, let me state a general proposition in a general proposition. So what follows is, this is general proposition is, as many of you already know, is a general noun, right? So he's going to expand what the general proposition is, and he says, in the 20th century, there has been a swift and immoderate increase in the currency of ly adverbs used to qualify a predication or assertion as a whole. It's as if it's okay, say, I don't know, having brunch is fashionable, right? So it's okay for certain people to have a brunch. It's not okay for everybody to have brunch, which is ridiculous, isn't it? So what he's saying is, well, some of them are okay, but not all of them, right? I mean, it's too much. And he speaks about actually, basically, frankly, hopefully, regretfully, strictly, and thankfully. Suddenly, round about the end of the 60s, and with unprecedented venom, a dancer's cup was placed on the head of anyone who used just one of them, hopefully as a sentence adverb. So many grammarians were vindictively against those who use these sentence adverbs. He gives us many examples, but I think the ones that I will show you here are a lot easier, right? I think there was one here. Well, I showed you frankly, actually, so I needn't go back. And then he goes on to say the legitimacy of hopefully as a sentence adverb branches out far beyond the domain of the actual word itself. So let's go to hopefully here. We're going to skip the whole paragraph, his comments here, but this is another example of the sentence adverb. You can ask hopefully, so that's just the adverb, modifying the verb, the way in which you ask. Hopefully, with luck, right, will arrive before dark. Although this is the most common use of hopefully, it is a fairly new use, and some people think it is not correct. Fairly new. I might disagree, right? Now, the Observer Style Guide says, like many other adverbs, such as frankly, happily, honestly, sadly, hopefully can be used as a sentence adverb indicating the writer's view of events. Hopefully, we will reach the summit. Or as a manner adverb, we set off, hopefully, for the summit. So that's the way in which we started our journey. And the last sentence is very good. Why some people are upset by hopefully we will win and not sadly we lost is a mystery. So this makes no sense whatsoever, right? That people would be against the use of these sentence adverbs. There's another very interesting usage box here. You can stop the video and read it, and then you can read also Merriam-Webster's usage box, right? At the end of the entry, he gives us, Birchfield gives us his sort of ruling, right? And this is that this started a long time ago, right? That having the ability to qualify a predication or assertion, what we will call a statement or a sentence, basically, as a whole. Such adverbs are all elliptical uses of somewhat longer phrases. This idea of elliptical means that there is ellipsis, right? So when you say frankly, you mean if I speak frankly or in a frank manner. That's why he says they are elliptical, right? And the same goes for hopefully, right? If I well, hopefully we will arrive would be something like with any luck, right? If we're lucky, something of the sort. And he says, in the last third of the 20th century, this little used and scarcely observed mechanism of the language has broken loose. Any number of adverbs in ly have come into common use as sentence adverbs. Conservative speakers, taken unawares by the sudden expansion of an unrecognized type of construction, oh my God, have exploded with resentment that is unlikely to fade away before at least the end of the 20th century. I don't get to hear a lot about this, but basically what we're saying is that sentence adverbs are absolutely correct here. By the way, they're very good examples of hopefully as in a hopeful manner, usually with set out in a hopeful manner or glued in a hopeful manner to the door, and then it is hoped, I hope, we hope, as in sentence adverb, right? I believe that's all I wanted to say. You can read the boxes that I shared with you, and what I also wanted to say is that there's a very popular phrase. Maybe you want to think about it. Is it a cliche? Is it no, it's not PC. Well, it's a cliche. It's a cliche. Frankly, no, it's not a cliche. Sorry. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Have you heard it? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. It's a phrase from Gone with the Wind, right? It's a very important moment in the story. And it has become sort of popular, right? So it is a phrase that people tend to repeat a lot. And it is a case of a sentence adverb, by the way, right? Okay, I hope you have enjoyed the topic. That's all. Bye.